Hey there folks, come one, come all to our review of Steam Park. Hey there everyone, my name is Dave and welcome to another review of a Iello game called Steam Park. Now this game's been out for a while, I used to have it, and this is a review copy from Iello. As a disclaimer, thank you guys and gals, I really do appreciate your support. Now I'm super excited to get this again because I didn't have a review on the channel, and once I got it in my hands, it was the first thing I replayed, and now I'm here to review it. When I was a kid, one of my favorite games was Sims and Roller Coaster Tycoon, and I'm hoping that this game, of course I'm pretending because I already know, but I'm hoping this game takes that theme and really translates it to a board game, because again, I love building a theme park. This game has a 3D component to it, so without further ado, let's just get into the components. I'll show you the production, I'll show you how to play, then I'll give you my thoughts. Let's go. Alright, so this is what comes in the box of Steam Park, and yes, this is what I'm talking about, baby, 3D effects. Now, it's really quite simple and charming. It's only 3 pieces, and it goes in each of the sides here, quite easy, and holds them together. Now, you can put these together and put them in a box. They have a really cool insert for that, and sometimes they do come apart easily, but for the most part, they stay together and they look awesome. The cardboard is fantastic. Let's go ahead and check that right now. Cardboard break. Yeah, it's not too bad. And let's go ahead and check out the other cardboard components. You have the little piggies, the dirt tokens, the money tokens. I do wish these were a little bit bigger. Now, I do want to mention, going through the cardboard components, there were a few of the pieces that weren't all the way cut out, so I had to use a knife myself to do that. And these little outpost things here, the thing falls out really easy. And that's not on all of them, that's just a few of them there, but that's something to keep in mind. But other than that, the production of the cardboard is immaculate. Now, you have the Warden Components. The dice are really nice. They have rounded edges and they're not too heavy. They're really good for speed rolling, which this game is known for. And then you get the robot meeples, which are pointy head little meeples, and of course the green ones are my favorite. So these are really nice quality. Now, they are upgrades for the robots, but you know, those are pretty good. Now, linen finish cards are what it's about. Nice thickness, they're gonna stand the test of time. I just love it. And of course you get this little baggie as well to keep the meeples in. Okay, so that is the production. Now let me tell you how to play this game. So this is the game set up for 2 players. The name of the game is to have the most monies at the end of 6 rounds, or do not have 30 dirt at the end of the round, at the end of the 6th round, because you will automatically lose. I'll tell you more about dirt a little later. Just know you don't want it. What you're doing on your turn, everybody takes their dice and starts rolling at the beginning of the round, and then they lock their dice in any order that they want up in their pig, and they can continue to roll until they get their desired dice. Once the first person does that, they will grab the first marker here. This is sweepers, which will clean up dirt. Remember, dirt is bad, and that will help them. And this right here is the worst token, because it gives you dirt. Now, this will also be the turn order, and in a 3 to 4 player game there will be more. Now, the one thing to remember is when somebody locks their dice and grabs the token in here, the person that hasn't locked their dice has 2 more rolls to go ahead and get what they want. But after that, you have to lock your dice. Now let's go over all the faces and on the dice and what they do. Alright, so the first face we're going to go over is the build face. Now, this is really quite simple. You want to get to building your theme park, and for every one of these you have, you will get 1 dirt when you see that little token up there, but you get to build that size ride. So this one right here would be able to build any color 1 ride. Now, if I had 3 of these, I could do a 1 ride and a 2 ride, but I couldn't get 2 of the same number. You can't do that. Or if I had 3 right here, I could get this big boy. Now, one of the things you have to remember when you put down your rides, if they are the same color, they have to be next to a ride of that same color. So the last move I have there was not illegal, but this one would be. Now, if they are a ride that are different colors, they have to be a space away. They cannot be like diagonal from a ride or next to. There has to be some room for the robots to walk around, and that goes for the concession stands as well. So right now I can't really build this anywhere, but you can use any of the faces that actually have the ink on it as a expansion dice, and you can go ahead and just expand one 2x2 and build your stand there. We'll go over the stands a little later. Well, now that you have rides, well, let's invite some robots to your park. For every robot that you have, you'll be able to draw a robot over here of your color. The bag does start with some already, but you want to get robots of the same color, because if you draw out robots that are not the right color, you cannot put them on the rides unless you have some kind of power that says you can. But for every robot that you have, you get to put one in the bag and draw that many robots out. So let's say I do draw a pink one here. I would go ahead and put him on the ride. He will give me $3 at the end of the round, but he will kick up 1 dirt. And we can continue to do that, etc. and put this girl right here on the tree ride. And again, that would get me $6 at the very end of each round. Now the broom face here on the dice, I've been kicking up all this dirt by building and inviting robots. For every little sweeper you have on here, you can clear 1 dirt away. So this will clear 2 dirts, so that's good. And the little stands right here, for every one of these little tents, you can do a stand. Let me go over each one here. Now this casino allows you to flip any of the locked dice at the end of the rolling face to anything you want. You'll want casinos, they're really nice. Now this post is really cool because it's an information post. This allows you to take a robot that isn't the color of your rides and put it on a roller coaster. So say I drew this green but I only have pink. He can stay there for 1 turn, kick up that dirt, give me that $3, but then he will leave on the start of the next turn. And lastly, this is a card effect. This is how you're really going to be getting money. Everybody will start with some of these cards, and they're pretty self-explanatory. They tell you what they do, and if you hold out, you'll get more, but if you do them a little bit faster, you'll get less. So the number of pink ride spaces in your park, I would get a lot. So basically, I would get 11 if I waited, had this dice, used that as a action, and played that card. So again, you'll have multiple in your hand, and you can play them once you accomplish them, and they're pretty, like I said, self-explanatory. Total number of stands in your park, number of stands that are the same in your park, stuff like that. And some will even be for blank faces, so blank faces give you good stuff. Now again, you'll do that over 6 rounds, building up your park, expanding it as you go, building rides, getting the robots to come, making sure you don't have 30 dirt, because if you do at the end, you'll lose, but you also have to pay in correspondence to how much dirt you end up with, and whoever has the most money after paying for the dirt is the winner. Now let me tell you what I think about this game and give it a grade. Let's go. So that's how you play Steam Park, and this game gets an 83 and definitely gets the GameVine Play It Award. Now, there are a few things. Let's go over the bad things, because there are way more good things. The bad things, like I said, the production is kind of shoddy here and there. There are some hiccups, but overall, I'm totally willing to ignore that because of the 3D aspect. This game, when somebody passes by the table, will absolutely draw their eye. And the real-time dice rolling, people are going to love or hate that. It is the core mechanism of this game. So if somebody's able to kind of grasp that idea and go faster, they might have the upper hand, but it's not too big of a deal because, well, there are tons of rides to choose from and stands, though that is for a 2-player game. I love the back and forth of a 2-player game. That's what I normally play, but with a 4-player game, the rides do start to deplete much faster, and you're going to have to get on the stands as well, because if you don't get a casino, boy, you're going to have a troublesome time. And I do think that it wraps up just a tad bit too fast. I wish it was, you know, an 8 round, and sometimes I do that as a 2-player game so we can build up a bigger park, but those are minor gripes. I love the 3D aspect. I love the theme because it nails it absolutely, and the fun of this game, like I was saying, back and forth is so great. Picking up the pieces and looking at them and just going, oh, that's fantastic. One of my favorite things, again, is making something in a board game that I can look at and admire at the end of the game, and this has that in spades. Now, there are expansions that I can't wait to get. There's robot expansions that make them a little bit better. Well, that's it in the perspective of better. If you like rubber plasticky pieces, they're better. The wooden pieces for the robots aren't bad. And there is another expansion that adds more rides called Play Dirty. I look forward to reviewing that here soon, but I absolutely recommend this game to anyone who likes the kind of building up your board type games and dice rollers. Now, Again, that is something that you want to keep in mind. Fast-paced dice is a huge thing in this game, but it's absolutely so much fun. So thank you again, Iello, for providing us with this review copy. You allowed us to make this review, and boy, it's been a long time coming. And thank you so much, Vi Nation, for clicking like and subscribe, because you've done that already, right? You've done that. Okay, and of course, share the video. That'd be fantastic. But until the next time that I see you, have a great rest of your day and a great time with all that you play. Join us in the next review. I'm Dave, and I'm out. Bye. Vi Nation, we love making content here for you on the channel, and we're almost at 10,000 subscribers, so subscribe now and help us out. This video right here, I think you'll like. This video right here, YouTube thinks you'll like. Or you can just sit here and watch me dance as a dinosaur for a little bit longer. You can visit us at our social media outlets, and we're going to be improving our Patreon here soon. That's all for today. Miko, it's time to go. Good girl, Miko.